welcome back to Between the Pylons. Thank you so much for watching. And here we have another draft profile. This time, this is a request coming in from Shane Young. Thank you so much for the request, Shane. We are getting to Donovan Peoples-Jone today from Michigan. I'm a big fan of the receiver. Not as big a fan of the offense or the quarterback throwing the ball to him, but we will get into that. This is a guy who I think kind of grades out in a very interesting way. I mean, he doesn't fit my mold per se, but he is just another one of these, guys that I think really belongs in the second or third round. And I keep saying second or third because he's going to get pushed down the board. And, he might end up in the third round. He could end up in the fourth round just because of how much talent there is. And I haven't gotten through all the receivers, so I don't have a great gauge on where I'm going to have him ranked overall. I mean, he could fall down the board. This is a guy who I believe would be a top 10 prospect in most classes. But, he came out in this year, left a year early, and he's probably, going to fall down the board a little bit as far as, receiver taken or ranking because of how many talented guys there are in this class. But that's beside the point. Let's get right into it. Let me show you guys the skill chart. All right, here we are, guys. So Donovan Peoples-Jone, the first thing I want to point out here, hands. I mean, this dude has such good hands, probably some of the best hands I've seen in the class. I love his ability to just pluck the ball out of the air. Great contested catch guy. He really gets a chance to show that off because of how often the ball is so far out of his area, and he's able to adjust his body and make the catch, which is why body control, contested catch, and hands are all such big parts of his game. I think he's really, really good. His athleticism and quickness are kind of question marks for me. Quickness more so, and the quickness is, I see him get off the line. I see his ability to in route running to show quickness and suddenness in his routes, but I don't see it at all times. So that's why he does have a negative grade there at 4.6. Not terrible, but not good. Athleticism is better, although there are question marks there for me. I do question his overall. I know he's fast, but maybe his suddenness, I think, is probably the best way to put it. His acceleration is not a very good score for me, which is kind of surprising when you look at the rest of the players or the rest of the skills that he does have. Usually acceleration would kind of go along with that, but it doesn't for Donovan Peoples-Jone. I don't think it matters. He can get to top speed. It's just not as fast as maybe you would like from a top tier athlete. And really, I think this is his main issue. I mean, if I could see just a little bit more from that side of things, he'd be among the I'd have to move him into one of the first first or second round range as opposed to second, third, fourth round range that I have him right now. But I don't really do round grades. I do number grades, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Yak here, this is not his fault at all. I will show you when we get to the film portion why it's not his fault, but I don't blame him for his inability to get Yak. The quarterback, even in my notes I wrote, the quarterback robs him of his ability for run after the catch because of how often he has to just dive and contort his body to catch pretty mundane throws. Slants over the middle, he has to go to the ground to catch because the ball. I mean, the quarterback can't hit the broadside of a barn. It's really, really disappointing. Another thing that I think is really impressive, and it shows his overall route running and athleticism and why they are plus grades, is he doesn't have the acceleration. He doesn't have the quickness that maybe I would like, but he does still have good separation. He does have a good release. There's a lot to really like about Donovan Peoples-Jone, and really, I think if I could see an impressive combine, I probably would have to move him up. I'd have to accept that he is more of an athlete than maybe I'm giving him credit for right now. But all right, guys, let's switch over to the film portion of the video. Here we are, and this play right here is a microcosm of the entire issue with watching the Donovan Peoples-Jone film. I don't know why I like saying his full name. I just do. I just think it's a really not fun name. Here we are, top of the screen. Really good release. You know, makes the cornerback here miss. Don't really know what the corner was doing. He's clearly in a zone coverage here, but I mean, he gets wide open. This should be a touchdown every single time. There isn't an NFL quarterback that can't make this throw, so this is a touchdown in the NFL. But it's not here because Shea Patterson can't hit anything. But luckily, on the exact same play, we get to see this nugget, and I think this was just so good I could not put it in. Ignore the separation. He doesn't get good separation on this play, unfortunately. But look at the catch here, and I'm gonna pull it back because I was talking instead of enjoying. Watch this play. Number 9 gets into a good position at the top of the route and makes the play on the ball. High points the ball and catches it. Well, yeah. Look at that. That is absolutely beautiful. And I probably should have cut this, but I'm just let it play here because of how beautiful of a catch this is. I mean, you gotta love that. And here we go again. This is going to show his again contested catch, his ability to contort his body and adjust for the ball, I guess you could say. Look at 9 here. Easy, should be a first down, but the quarterback just absolutely, I mean, can't hit anything. So sad. This is an easy first down. This should be a catch and run, but he has to dive for the ball. And here we are. We're going to look at the in the slot here. I actually really like his film from the slot. Press coverage. Look at the route running and the release here. Just beautiful. And look, that was a beautifully ran slant route that should go for 20 yards. The safety wherever he is off screen should be able to catch him at some point. But I mean, this should be a huge game for first down easily. And again, he just can't. And I'm going to stop talking about that. Really, the point of this route or this play is the top of the route, the release and the route running. It's really good. He has a lot of skills here. And you can tell he developed it in his junior year. So he got a lot better. You don't see that as much his sophomore film, but his junior year, he really developed that. And I really liked what I saw there. Look at that. All right. So the next 3 clips that I'm going to show you are really quick. And this is just something that I kept finding from his film that really bugged me. It's really not a huge deal. There really isn't, I don't know exactly how to explain it, but it's a little strange and it's kind of hard to see. So you'll have to bear with me just a little bit here. But it kind of looks like in Super Mario when you mistime the acceleration at the start of the race and it stops you for a second before you can go. Well, that's what it looks like when he runs when the snap starts for Donovan Peoples-Jone. It's a very strange. And watch him here in the slot here. Watch the just a little bit of it looks like he has to kind of get started. And I have 3 clips of the kind of the same thing that I want you guys to see. And I wish I could slow it down, but I can't with the software that I have. Just a little bit of a pause or a it looks like he's readying his charge to go. And you can kind of even see, I think in this play, it kind of shows what I was saying about acceleration. I just don't love it. It kind of just seems like he has these long strides and it takes a long time to get to the top, to get to high speed here. What I will say, though, I do love what he does here at the top of the route. There's a lot I do like about it, but you don't love the speed. Just a little bit of something at the top of the route. You see that a lot, and that's just another thing with his route running. Really threw this corner off. Again, he is open. And it's not the biggest deal because at the end of the day, he gets open and he would have been able to run for a lot of yards. But it's just something that I thought was interesting and I wanted to show you guys. And we're going to see it again on this play. Can't really tell here, but you look right here. And I'm going to try and get a good view for you guys. Here we are. You can just see a little bit of a stutter here. Again, I believe he is right here on this play. Just a little bit of an issue. And the last one here, he's right here. Number 9 is right here. And again, it's so small. It's so It's so simple, and guys, maybe pause it on YouTube. You can change the speed and show it at a slower speed, which maybe you can see it a little bit better. Feel free to do that. I don't have the ability with the software I have, unfortunately, to show this maybe as well as I would like to. But again, right here, just a little bit of a pause at the top of the start of the route, or the start of the play. And it's just something that kind of continued to bug me throughout watching the film. So I wanted to bring that up, and I hope I showed that as well as I could. Had a little bit of issue, like I said, with the software I use. I'm not able to slow it down to where it probably should be. But all in all, this is a good player. This is somebody who is going to be an impact player at the next level. I believe. I think he can do it. I like what he brings to the table. There are question marks for me, and some of it is just athleticism in general. I question where I can put him on the field. He's not going to be a true X receiver because he's not, that big-bodied speed guy that can go down the field and catch these 50-50 balls. But as you saw in the film, he can catch the 50-50 balls. It's the athleticism part that I question. Maybe he could fit into that role, but most of the film that I saw, I really liked him out of the slot, but I don't see the quickness that I want to see from a true slot receiver. So, I think he fits somewhere in the middle, and that's okay. A tactician is not a bad thing to be as a receiver, and you don't have to fit into two categories. You can just be a really good receiver. That's absolutely okay. But I question exactly where teams will put him. But I think if you get him in the right offense, he's going to be able to find a way. I'd love to see him with the Saints, and I think that's kind of a trendy spot. There's a lot of receivers I'd love to see with the Saints, but again, he's another guy that I think he's a good route runner. I think he can do a lot of different things really well, like a Michael Thomas. I think he has great hands. You'd love to see him in that kind of system where he can do a lot of different things. I think he'd fit in a lot of different, he'd fit in a lot of different molds, I feel like. So I'd love to see him go to a place where at least he has a good quarterback. Like, please don't let him get drafted by like the Bears or something where Trubisky can't hit anything either. That'd just be so sad for him. He deserves a good quarterback because he dealt with Shea Patterson for a couple years. But we will get to the final grade here. Here we are. This is my final grade. So he does grade out as an X receiver for me. I don't know that he's a true X receiver at the next level, but that's where my program has him set up. But he, 6.2, not bad at all. Really good player. Really has a lot of things going for him. I love what he can bring to the table. Even slot isn't bad. I don't think that should be totally ignored. But again, I just question the quickness and acceleration to be able to play that true slot receiver role the way we've seen so many others do it in the NFL. But all right, guys, let me know what you guys think about Donovan Peoples-Jones. Very interesting prospect, very difficult film to watch just because of how frustrating it is to watch it when you can tell that his full array of skills aren't being utilized because they can't. A bad quarterback will do that to you. But I try to ignore that. I think, the grade that I gave him, that's a very, very good grade. That is a second round grade, I think, for a lot of guys. So I think that's right where he belongs. I think the combine could even bring that up. The combine could bring it down too, though, if it shows maybe some of the question marks I have. That would probably hurt him a little bit. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much to Shane Young for suggesting Donovan Peoples-Jones. I really appreciate that. And guys, leave a comment if you have a specific draft profile that you want me to do. I will absolutely do it for you guys. Please like and subscribe to see more videos. And I'll see you next time, guys. Thank you so much.